Good morning to everybody. It's Chit Chat with Grandma today. Hope you guys all enjoy this chit chat we're having today. First thing right out of the box, I did a short little video the other day about my great-granddaughter's milk bath. And I know it was sort of hard to understand what I was doing because it was with a couple other things that were coming up. And finally everything is up. I did a learning tutorial on iMovie, and that's what I was doing it on, to teach people how to do a slideshow and add music and voice, and that's what my point was this week. Well, Alyssa made a little video of her daughter too, and it's up, and it's under Alyssa Hires Mia Rose's first milk bath. I'll show you a clip after we talk. And I want you to go check it out. It's turned out super cute, and that's my, I know it's hard to believe. I have a granddaughter that's 25 years old, and her daughter is 6 months old. It's just, it's hard for me to even believe how old I am, and how old my grandchildren are. But anyway, I want you to go over and check it out.
Well, here is one of my granddaughters. She is 25 years old, even though she looks like she's about 18. And this is a video that she made for her channel with her little daughter that just turned 6 months old. Mia Rose's first milk bath photos. Hope you go over and check the video out. It's really cute. I know you're going to love it. Sorry, this picture is not coming in as good as I'd like.
Well, hope you enjoyed the little video that you went over and checked it out. Okay, I went ahead and did this iMovie basic tutorial that, believe it or not, I really know very little about YouTube, and I just struggle every day with everything I do. And I assume because everything's a struggle for me, and I watch everyone's great videos, I don't realize anybody else is struggling. And I was really shocked that one of my followers that has a lot more followers than me, and she does a really good job on her videos, and her name is Red December 2. And she's been following me a long time, and she left me a comment wanting to know how I do voiceovers and add music to my videos. I just assumed everyone knew how to do it, and that's terrible. I shouldn't be like this. Everything is a struggle for me, and I said, you know, I've had 2 people in the last month or so do videos to teach me how to do the things I really need to know how to do. And I figured, well, they've been so kind to me, I should do the same. So I made 3 videos. I haven't got the 3rd one up yet. On how to do adding music and voice to a slideshow or to a video. So I said I'm going to do it, and so I have. So the videos are up. I'm going to start a series on this now that I've, you know, something will happen, it'll be a brainstorm for me. And this is not because I'm an expert. This is because everything is a struggle. And I want to show new YouTubers, even though things are a struggle, don't give up. And it isn't easy, all the things you have to learn. And it takes time. And I realize there are some people like my grandchildren that live on YouTube and have lived electronic stuff all their lives. When my youngest granddaughter was like 8 years old, she understood at 8 years old how to put a doggone video up on YouTube, if you can believe it. And she did a great job, because my grandson at the time was in his 20s, and he does videos and stuff himself, and he's had his own YouTube channel at one time. And he asked me who did that for me, and I said, my granddaughter, my youngest one. And he says, she did? Because, you know, she's really young at the time, only 8. And I said, yeah. And he says, how'd she do that? I said, I don't know how she did it, I just know she did it. So they're so smart. So for them, it isn't even like they have to learn anything. It's like it's programmed into their brains, because they've been on computers since they were babies. So, but people like me that, I didn't even hardly ever use a computer until I was in my 60s. So it's been a real struggle. And in fact, I had 2 PCs I probably was in my 50s when I had my first one. And it was so hard and so complicated. I never learned how to do anything in it. And then I bought another one. And the reason why, because I knew about Apple products. But everyone said, oh, the Apple products don't have enough enough. You can't get everything on them. So that's why I didn't buy it. And that was a worst mistake. Because I also knew people said they were easier to manage. And they are. I was able, right out of the box, to work my Apple computer and my tablets. I'm not saying I know everything. I'm just saying I could work them. There's a difference. I know how to turn it on. My Apple computer, when I brought it home from the store, I brought it home by myself, plugged it in. I did not have to have a grandchild do anything to make it where I could use that computer. The last two computers, PCs, it took hours for my grandkids to get that computer set up. The Apples are not like that. I had to take my Apple computer into the shop because it had a problem, did it by myself, unplugged it, took it over there, brought it back, did everything by myself, no help, and that's how easy they are. I will never do anything but an Apple now because they're so easy. Not because they're cheap, not because not saying I understand everything about them, but because they work easy. They hardly ever break down. They hardly ever get glitches. They hardly ever have problems. With my PCs, they had to go in the shop every doggone time. Usually what I will do, if my computer has a problem, because they get glitches like everything else, my granddaughter, the one that came over to the pictures of the baby, because she has Apple products too, so that's why I usually have her do it, because that's what she has in her home is Apple. So she will come over here with my tablet, turn it on, and there's programs you can go to and it'll tell you what the problem with your computer and how to correct it, and she will fix it. I only had to take it into the Apple store, took it in twice for different problems, and all the other times she's fixed it. And I've had my computer a long time. My only fear is I've had it maybe 7 or 8 years now. I don't remember how long I've had it, but it's not new. And eventually I know I'll have to replace it. That's going to be terrible. I'm already worrying about it because this one is so easy, so nice to work. And so anyway, I don't want to go on a thing about I just love Apple and everything is easy for me. Now, the program I use for all my videos is iMovie. I've had people say that it's not a very good program. They don't have a lot of variety. And the same thing with the Apple. Doesn't have a lot of variety. Listen, the iMovie has everything I need to make a video. So I don't even need to worry, because I'm not a complicated and I want things fancy. I just want it where I can put a video up and get it up properly. So iMovie, easy peasy. Apple, easy peasy. This is what Grandma's going for. I'm not going for fancy. I'm going for simple and easy. And that's what I want to do. Now, don't forget we have the open invitation for June 5th on my Fairy Garden Challenge. I hope as many of you can come and join. I will appreciate it so much. You do not need to have a fairy in this. Your theme on this miniature garden can be anything you want. You do not have to spend any money. If you have children or grandchildren, steal a couple of their little, borrow a couple of their little toys, put it in the garden or in the house somewhere, throw a couple of real plants or a couple silk plants or whatever you want, and make a little miniature garden. It doesn't have to be anything expensive at all. I want to get as many people, and you can make as many miniature gardens as you want. I am in June. I've been doing this about 4 years now, 3 or 4 years. I think this is the 4th year, where I do 30 gardens in 30 days. Now, you do not have to do 30 gardens in 30 days. This is what I do. And I'll be doing a different garden each day, and some of them are going to have silk flowers in them, some are going to have real flowers, some are going to have succulents. And this year when I redo all my fairy gardens, I'm going to be doing more succulents, because in the past I've used a lot of real flowers. It gets pretty expensive. They don't last that long. They might look pretty for 3 or 4 months tops. My succulent fairy gardens, honestly, I have some that are 3 years old and they look great still. I got to go in there and trim them up every year. Don't get me wrong, there is a little bit of maintenance, but I'm not having to buy new plants. I'm just having to give them a little haircut. And when I give them a little haircut, I can use those cuttings for other gardens. So it's a win-win. So I'm going to probably be, from now on, I'm going to be doing mostly succulent fairy gardens because they last longer in my garden. They look better. They don't need as much maintenance. And I have about 100 fairy gardens, so I have a lot of maintenance problems. And eventually everything starts looking terrible, and then I get depressed, and then I stop messing with it like I shouldn't do that either. So I'm going to try to make it more simple, more easy for me. And I'm not saying I'm not going to use flowers still, because if you don't use flowers, it gets boring also. But the most of the part is going to be succulents from now on. And I'm going to try to look around for some different varieties when things open up. Probably won't be this year because sorry, I ran out of power. Had to go and charge my tablet up before we could finish filming this video. Well, I don't want to say too much more, but like I said, just keep it real simple on your fairy gardens. We're not asking for an elaborate, fairy garden to put together. Just put something. I just want to get a really good turnout from all of you. That's my most important thing that I'm interested in this year. And I'm interested also in building my channel, and I'm going to start doing a lot more things talking about how to build all our channels bigger and stronger on my channel. And I'm joining in with a couple other creators on this. So there'll be a lot more of that in the future too. Like I said, I know you guys all love Grandma's Chit Chat because I have really good time on that. And my watch time is really good. And that's why I'm doing at least one a week. Because out of all my videos, consistently, these videos do the best. And I really do appreciate all the love and support I am getting back. You guys make me feel so good and loved. I love all the beautiful comments, and I do read every single comment you leave me. And if there's anything that I can help you with in the future, I am more than happy to try if I can. Now keep in mind, I'm not good at YouTube. I'm not good at a lot of things. But, I'm here to try to give you all the love and support I can do. And that I can do. Grandma loves you all, and I have picked up a lot of awesome young YouTubers that just need someone to tell them it's going to be all right. And it is. It doesn't matter if it's big. It doesn't matter if it's small. The most important thing, you enjoy your YouTube channel. You put up the content that you want. I did 5 years of fairy gardens, and people tell you, to stick with what my fairy gardens is really what I love doing. That is really where my passion is, and my food garden and my flower garden. But needless to say, I could not build my channel on that. People were not interested. Believe it or not, I have 400 or 500 videos up on gardening and fairy gardens, and nobody, I had about 200 followers in 5 years. So I did have a few, but my channel didn't take off until I changed my floor mat and started doing things differently. And not that I'm unhappy with what I do, it's just the gardening is really where I love to be. And I do have people tell me all the time, why aren't you doing all that as much? And I have started doing it more again because I have gotten a lot of complaints. And eventually I will have to split the channel into 2 channels because I realize that where I get my views is not where my passion is. And it may never be there. And I have to accept that. That doesn't mean I can't build an successful channel, and I just need to put different content up. But I do have to still put something up on things I love, like gardening and my miniature gardens. I'm not good at miniature gardening. I'm not good at food gardening or food forest. That's what I'm working on, is my food forest. But it's fun trying. It's fun. And I know to all you real gardeners, you probably laugh when I go on and on about my seed heads. But because I am a country girl, I'm not a country girl. I'm a city girl. I've never lived around farms or seeds, and I get all excited about my carrot seeds. I get all excited about all these seed heads. And I'm sure you guys are just rolling over laughing. What's wrong with her? But that's what I love. You know, everybody has different things they like. And I just get excited about gardening. And I know that I don't do gardening like everybody else. And they probably think, well, you could get better production if you do it this way. I guess my life isn't about production. My life is about wanting to see how nature has plants come out up without any help. They just come. And that's what gives me joy. I know that sounds weird because I should be concerned about food production, and I'm not. I'm concerned about seeing the joy of watching nature reseed itself and come up no matter what we do to it. And that's what I enjoy. So anyway, you've heard enough about me talking about my garden, my awesome fairy garden challenge. Let's hope we get a good turnout this year. I am not interested on people just subbing to be subbing. I want to build a channel with real people that are interested in what I do. So don't forget, I want to build relationships with all of you. Well, until the next video, my awesome followers, I appreciate all the love and support you're showing my channel. You don't know how much I love and appreciate it. My channel is geared for adults only interested in gardening, home decor, cooking, cleaning, DIYs, and I'm sure there's a lot more things coming up we're adding to this list. Because as the longer I stay doing this and the more connected I get to more YouTubers and creators, I come up with more things that I'm really interested in. And that's the part about YouTube that is exciting, is there's so much different content. And if you open yourself up to it, there's no way you can be bored. Honestly, I have loved this journey so much. I've made so many great friendships with all of you. And I love you all so much. If you made it this far, you made it to the very end. I'm so excited. I have a few of you I know that stay to the very end for that clap and that kiss and that hug. Ooh, I love you all so much. Bye-bye for now.